Hola a todos y bienvenidos. Vamos a seguir donde le dejamos. Tengo que investigar cómo se usan estas cuadrillas de habilidades. El pelotón ha subido de nivel, mejora la capacidad de combate de Rider comprando habilidades de combate tecnológicas o bióticas. Combate, biológica, ajá. Pelotón, selecciona a los miembros del pelotón para mejorarlos. Ok. De combate, vamos a ver. Disparo de conmoción. Ese es mi número uno. Asignar poder. Ok. Entonces es el número uno. Omnigranada. Lanza una granada. A ver, este es. Dispara un proyectil guiado. Sí, este es el uno, estoy seguro. Ah, pulsar el botón. Lanza una granada que crea una zona enorme de daño al cabo de 2 segundos. Reduce el tiempo. Ok, ok. Barricada. Despliega una barricada de energía temporal que potencia la regeneración de escudos para todos los que se sitúen tras ella. Las versiones mejoradas proporcionan bonificaciones de combate adicionales a los aliados. Requiere una batería del suministro limitado de baterías de barricada. Turbocarga. Ventila temporalmente el calor del arma a través de la armadura para mejorar la eficacia del cargador térmico y mejorar la cadencia de disparo del arma. Mina de trampa. Despliega una mina que se activa cuando un enemigo se acerca o pasa por un sensor láser. Cañón de metralla. Dispara proyectiles de diseño Krogan que se convierten en metralla al impactar. El daño de la metralla se reduce contra los enemigos con armadura. De pistolas, mejora de entrenamiento de armas personales, fusiles de asalto. Oh, oh, tengo 3 puntos en total. ¿Esto qué es? Ah, espacio, ok. Aumenta el daño del fusil de asalto por cada punto de habilidad invertido en el grupo de habilidades de combate. Ok, aprender. Deshacer, ok. Rango de precisión, aumenta la precisión, ok. Por pronto no. Como voy a ir francotirador al ratito, podemos empezar desde una vez. Aumenta el daño del francotirador. Yeah. Y nada más tengo un punto ahí. Combate. Ya, confirmar. Biótico. Atracción. Momento. Puedo jalar a alguien. Alza a un enemigo sin escudo ni armadura en el aire. Lanzamiento. Lanza un proyectil de campo gravitatorio para arrojar lejos a los objetivos. Altera la masa del biótico y lanza al usuario contra un oponente. No. Canaliza la energía para crear una explosión a bocajarro que causa un gran daño en torno al usuario. Ataca a los enemigos con una serie de explosiones que atraviesa las paredes y otros obstáculos sólidos. Eso suena útil. Aniquilación. Creo que dice requisitos. 9 puntos de habilidad. No puedo cualquiera. Ok. Contragolpe. Mantener el botón. Genera una barrera biótica frontal protectora que devuelve la mayoría de los proyectiles y reduce el daño de los demás ataques enemigos. Una activación inicial en el momento justo interrumpirá los ataques cuerpo a cuerpo. Suena bastante bien. Singularidad, no puedo, de todas maneras lanza, devasta una pequeña zona con un fragmento de energía lanzado rápidamente, causa daño adicional contra los puntos débiles de los enemigos como la cabeza. Biótica de ataque, permite a un biótico maximizar el daño contra los enemigos directa e indirectamente. Contención, mejora el control de campos de efecto de masa de un biótico, permitiendo una manipulación sin igual de los enemigos y los objetos. Y finalmente, tecnología. Sobrecarga. Lanza una descarga electrostática a un objetivo. Daño elevado a escudos y enemigos sintéticos. Incineración. Dispara un proyectil de plasma que inflige daño adicional a la armadura y causa daño de quemadura. Definitivamente quiero esto. Los enemigos que estén ardiendo quedarán preparados para detonaciones de combinaciones. Rayo criogénico. Dirige un flujo continuo de partículas gélidas que congela los objetivos y los prepara para detonaciones de combinaciones. La congelación neutraliza a los enemigos sin armadura y debilita la armadura enemiga, pero no tiene ningún efecto sobre los enemigos con escudos. Drenaje de energía. Restablece escudos minando la energía electromagnética que rodea el objetivo. Inflige daño adicional a los escudos. Lanzallamas. Descarga un chorro de llamas de corto alcance que inflige daño adicional a la armadura y daño de quemadura continuo. Los enemigos sin escudo atrapados por el chorro se prenden y quedan preparados. Sigue pareciéndome mejor la del otra. Infecta a los enemigos con un enjambre de máquinas controladoras por IFE que debilitan las defensas y se propagan. Duración 15. Suena interesante. Tecnología de tag. Maximiza las capacidades ofensivas de los poderes tecnológicos mediante software y hardware especializados para la Omni herramienta. Sistemas auxiliares. Mejora la eficacia de los poderes tecnológicos. Ok. Y para Cora, 2 puntos. Elegir, ver biografía. Y luego, subida de nivel automática. No. Pero, ¿cómo me los gasto? Ver biografía. Oh, espacio. Ok, elegir. Lo siento. Esos son todos los que puedo elegir. Ok, carga. Altera la masa de Cora y la lanza contra un oponente. Restablece parte de su fuerza. Canaliza energía para crear una explosión a bocajarro que causa gran daño en torno a Cora. Ok, mejora de escudo. No puedo todavía. Comando Asari. Mejora las capacidades de ataque de Cora al perfeccionar su entrenamiento de comando Asari. La formación militar de Cora y los sistemas de su traje le permiten sobrevivir en situaciones peligrosas. Prefiero que siga utilizando la carga. Velocidad de la carga. Listo. Y sigue confirmar. Y sigue Liam. ¿Tú qué haces, Liam? Granada de fragmentación. Sí, me gusta. Ataque estrago. Liam salta sobre los enemigos y los apuñala. ¿What? Con sus omnicuchillas, descargando su energía para aturdir a todos los enemigos que hay cerca y preparar. No quiero que te les acerques. Instrucción militar. Mejora las capacidades de ataque. Mejora la defensa y la capacidad de supervivencia. Precisión militar. Sí. Y tengo un punto más, pero creo que... Sí, a la defensa. A la defensa. Excelente. Confirmar. Ok, y tengo de Rider todavía. Un punto. Me gustaba algo de aquí, incineración. Yay. Y queda como número 2, supongo. Oh, ok, aquí. Ok. Listo, confirmar. Ya subimos de nivel. ¿Qué sigue? Diario. Oh, estaba acá en la parte de arriba. Habla con el director Tan. Ok. ¿Y cómo consigo? ¿Qué es esto? Códice. Oh, esto es para leer. Después lo leo yo. Tengo 2 pistolas, fusiles de asalto. No tengo francotiradores. Cuerpo a cuerpo. Mods de pistolas, mods de fusil, mods de modificaciones. ¿Por qué tengo 2 pistolas? Oh. Dice daño 34, daño 19. Esa es la que quiero. ¿Cómo me la pongo? Retroceso, marcar detalles. Armadura, y por ejemplo, ¿cómo lo pongo? ¿Tiene que ser un lugar especial o qué? Ok, parece que sí. Voy a grabar bien rápido que todo esto ya lo he visto. Borrar, guardar partida, sobreescribir, sí, sobreescribir. Listo, seguimos. Ah, eso fue bastante lento. Pero bueno, ya aprendí bastante de lo que tengo que hacer. Ah, no interesante, vámonos. Wow, ok.
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
I thought I didn't measure up as Pathfinder.
Director Addison keeps her own counsel. I keep mine.
And when you disagree?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the golden worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable. So, how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right.
Bah.
I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
The way I see it, you need me. If I pull this off, maybe you'll look like the leader you pretend to be.
But first, you have to succeed at being the Pathfinder you pretend to be.
Where's my ship?
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that. Ah!
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam Node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
Ok. Habla con Sam. Mantén Y para seguir. Ok, eso se ve interesante.
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
What?
What is there to be paranoid about?
We've had 3 malfunctions in the past week.
That's not good. Sorry, understatement.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
Did you talk to security about this?
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is the one doing this. I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of. But I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait. That's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny. Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me. If they start hitting critical systems.
Claro. Suena importante.
Sure thing. What can I do?
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one, that'd really help. I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're done. No, I'm fine. And I don't know. It just blew up.
Find out why.
Be careful.
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
¿O es ahí arriba?
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
This is Nexus Control to Hyperion. It's good to have you here.
Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
How the hell should I know? Spender, you have a job. If you want to keep it, do it. Down.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures
Investiga
are
el
now
centro de operaciones. Muy bien.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
No es por aquí entonces.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion. All non-relevant repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete.
Scanning. This panel has been tampered with.
Send the data to Raj.
Yes, Pathfinder.
Pero ya estamos seguros de que hay sabotaje. En otra galaxia y siguen siendo los, bueno, supongo yo que son humanos
No standoff there. Too small.
que hacen las tonterías.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert.
Pero está bien lejos. No, no sé si voy al lugar correcto. Eso fue rápido, excelente. Parece que sí voy al lugar correcto. Sara. ¿Dónde está Sara?
Zara Kellis?
Yes?
I have evidence you've been sabotaging the Nexus.
What? No, I'd never... I've been looking into this myself. I have the scans to prove it. Here. I'll transfer the scans I took to your Omni tool.
Funny. Raj was investigating the same thing, and it led us to you.
My scans point at Raj as the one. So unless someone was setting us both up, I just don't understand.
The data Miss Kellis has accumulated is strangely similar to Mr. Patil's. A third party seems likely.
SAM node has now been lifted.
The real saboteur could be setting you both up.
Because we both figured out something was going on? That would make sense. It's better than thinking Raj could have done this. But it means all the data I have is useless. Wish I had access to the security cams. I bet we could find something there.
You stay put, so whoever did this doesn't realize we're onto them. I'll check out the security cams. Raj, you there?
Yes. How did it go? Is it really her?
Wasn't her. She had proof pointing at you. I figure someone's been messing with you both. Just keep a low profile and...
Vamos buscando otra vez operaciones. Vámonos. ¿Tengo que ir a ver cámaras ahora? Vamos a ver. Archivo de seguridad. Imágenes de seguridad.
This file is useless. Let's check another.
Ok, eso fue rápido. Control de daños. Oh, imágenes.
And another scrambled file.
Coincidence seems unlikely.
Let's check another.
3.
This file is also corrupted. Definitely not a coincidence. You'd need pretty high clearance to mess with the security camera files. Someone working for Kandros, maybe.
That is the most probable scenario.
Think you can get enough out of the files to find a match using biometric scans, Sam?
The files were badly scrambled, but if I combine all the available identifiers, it might work. Based on the limited information available, we are looking for a human male, assigned either to the Nexus or Hyperion. You will need to conduct scans from close proximity.
Got it.
¿Qué? Ah, ok.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
Negative match.
No. Te salvas, carnal. Sí, insospechoso.
This person is not a match.
Pero se ve insospechoso. Abajo.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
Por acá. Bueno, tengo que viajar otra vez a la sección cubierta residencial. Ok. Con esta misión ya conozco toda la nave. Encontrar al saboteador.
Negative match.
Nope. Negative match. Ya vine por aquí hace rato.
Negative match.
But they've been here for like a year.
Ok, tampoco. Este es.
Scan results show a partial positive. Target is most likely suspect.
Who is he?
Dale Atkins reports to Kandros' department, assigned to station security.
Dale Atkins, right? We need to talk.
Look, not to be rude, but I have work to do.
Is that what sabotage is called these days? Work?
You're pretty arrogant for the new kid. You don't even know what's been going on.
Proof says you've been up to no good.
Figures. Screw this. Screw all you hypocrites on this station. You weren't here when they kicked out our loved ones. Mutiny? We just wanted answers. My sister is out there. I don't even know if she's alive or...
Whatever happened back then, hurting people now makes no sense.
What do you know? I don't care what you think. The mutiny leaders were right to demand to know what was going on.
You could have hurt people, killed them.
Like those who got killed when the leadership had the Krogan stomp on my friends? I'm done talking. I confess, it was me. Do whatever you want.
Oh, puedo hacer que se vaya. No depende de mí. No.
Not my call. The
Consecuencias.
Nexus leaders will make that decision.
That lot make a decision? That'll be the day.
Oh, subí de nivel. 73 puntos de viabilidad. Ah. Yo ahora estoy en nivel 3. Cada nivel me da 3 puntos. Ok. Habilidad aumentada. Bueno. ¿Y ahora? Habilidades, códice diario. Operaciones prioritarias. Misiones que tareas adicionales. Conoce el Nexus. Habla con toda esta gente. Misiones completadas. Ok, bueno, eso ya. Busca pistas. Operaciones prioritarias. Habla con Sam. Primero, quiero hacer tareas adicionales. Habla con Tan, con Kesh, con todo el mundo. Va de nuevo. Operaciones. Vamos. Oh.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion.
What am I good?
Candros.
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Tyrian Ark.
What's the word on the Tyrian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket.
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So-so. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. It's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
It's rough out there. I might need backup, if you can spare the people.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. In fact, I could give you authority to dispatch them. It'll cut down their response time.
Thank you.
Our current ops are on the terminal. See if there's anything that could use a shot where it counts.
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to war in the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know? Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
Bye, Kendros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Muy bien, uno menos.
This is a nightmare. It's not right. It's not fair.
What's wrong?
Oh my, you're... So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political. My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
What exactly was he convicted of?
They don't exile you for petty theft. Well, maybe this bunch would. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend. He wouldn't have... There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit. Please, tell Nilken I love him.
Déjame completar esto primero y luego ya vamos con otra.
Ryder, you may have a less than flattering view of me, but I want to express my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
Any idea where they went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
Hey!
As director of the initiative, are you in charge around here or what?
If the others would allow me. They don't see me as the rightful successor.
What's their problem with you?
I am not Gian Garson. Our founder was charismatic, eccentric, larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the Exiles, some never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
So, you're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space. Life had its detours, and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the initiative, and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on new worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right. Sorry. So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
What more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arcs. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix. As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
It sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
We came across alien technology on Habitat 7. It seemed to affect the weather. Your people know anything about that?
There have been reports. Failed scouting missions have mentioned advanced structures of unknown design. Whatever they are, they defy explanation. But with our resources stretched so tight, no one has had a chance to study them. And what if the answer was bad for morale? Suppose these things turn people into food. All we know is the Cat are interested in them. I'd rather not stir things up.
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the Cat or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave. But before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Of course, as you pointed out, we need each other. Our futures depend on each other's success.
Es mucho diálogo, pero bueno.
Engineering update. We are working
Sí está interesante,
from the high period.
pero a veces desearía que fueran estas conversaciones un poquito más cinemáticas. Estoy pensando algo así como
The
Metal
planet
Gear.
was toxic. What if they store oxygen in... You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
What fields do you study?
Herrick's into life sciences. I do planetary geology, oceanography, rocks and runoff. Aradana's the space and math whiz.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
Okay, bye.
Hi, Pathfinder.
No.
Want to hit some rocks for science?
Absolutely. What do you need?
Sam and I used your scans and made a VI for geophysics surveys. Beta builds on the console there. Test it out in the field, and I'll wrangle you a consultant's bonus from Director Addison. How's that sound?
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures
Ay, saqué de la nada
Pathfinder,
una
we've
misión.
had some trouble.
Anything I can help with?
Perhaps. I discharged an away team to get readings from a section of the Scourge that was behaving anomalously. They haven't reported in for some time, and sensors can't locate their shuttle. I sent them out there. Good, dedicated people. I fear what might have happened to them.
Don't give up hope. When I'm out there, I'll see if I can find them.
Their friends and family will want to know what's happened, and I need to know.
¿Otra misión?
Engineering update. We are
Pathfinder, those bioscans are superb. Could you gather more for our comparative conservation effort?
repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete.
What conservation effort?
Ah, my thesis is on the console there. Broad strokes, we're comparing and preserving organisms from both galaxies. If you donate more bioscans and samples to the catalog, I can get you a finder's fee. Tempted?
Wow.
Tram technicians, to the Hyperion coupling annex.
Oh.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
¿Qué me falta?
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Nuevo lugar descubierto. Todo eso lo voy a leer, pero no con ustedes.
Yes, I know the Hyperion dog.
Van a aburrir más.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with the genophage.
Right. The genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
No me acordaba de eso.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy. The Solarians were forced to respond. And it's not fair to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Jean Garson, was killed.
What happened to Jean Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
And I thought the Hyperion had it bad when we arrived. Anything else?
The outposts aren't happening because we don't have resources or people, so Addison's more uptight than ever. And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
You haven't spoken to number 8 yet, have you?
Number 8?
Tan. Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Why do you call Tan 8?
Because he was 8th in line to take over the Andromeda initiative. I like to remind him of that now and then. Keep him humble.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
Nothing more for now.
Later.
Later. Uno más. Ya para terminar con este video, uno más.
All right, moving
No,
on.
it isn't what
Docking
we wanted.
clamps?
All right, what happened?
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father. Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right now, I just want to know what happened with Alec.
In the moment, it saved my life. But it seems my father meant for me to get the role eventually.
It isn't hereditary. If we wanted an inbred monarchy, we could have left half our gene stock back home. Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
There must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile aliens. We can't have been that naive.
We expected life, not an enemy that refuses to talk. They don't attack. They disinfect. We're nothing until we're bacteria. Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is. Talk to Kandros if you haven't. He's unfortunately become the head of our military. And as soon as he realizes it, we're in the shit.
You don't trust him?
I trust him to defend us. I do not trust a rising military influence in a supposedly civilian initiative. We came here to make history, Ryder, not repeat it. Ugh, goddamn poetry.
You called my father Alec. No one does that.
A lot of us joined the initiative because of his vision. What he shared of it, anyway.
Were you friends? Or...
I'm not your new mother, if that's what you're asking. Or his friend. He hated that I didn't use his title. But no one's a pathfinder until they've path-found something. Much like a colonial director without colonies.
How do you fit into the Nexus leadership?
I oversee the actual settlement effort. As the number of outposts is currently less than ideal, my influence is limited. As Tan is quick to remind me. Left a perfectly adequate career as a chief officer. Provincial capital, too. Only a new galaxy could pull me away. And here we are, idling.
You've had no colony successes in over a year. How many tries is that?
Less than you'd think. The Scourge, spoiled worlds, exiles, hostiles. We can't just plop down an outpost and expect picket fences. We need the Pathfinder and Sam to scout, evaluate, and inspire. The initiative promised a goal. Andromeda has not cooperated.
And if it had?
Beautiful utopian horseshit. Colonies that produce and support each other. The Nexus as Citadel. Not headed by Tan. Or even me.
Excuse me, Director Addison.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Ryder, we're starving here. If we don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative, we might as well be 600 years dead. Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out. That's what you're up against. Why people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you. Prove me wrong.
Uf. Hablamos con todo el mundo ya. Entonces voy a seguir con esto ya en el siguiente video. ¿Dónde está el diario? Esto es conversaciones prioritarias. Habla con Sam. Aliados y relaciones. Pero esto dice aquí sobre dónde busco esas pistas. Supongo que tengo que esperar para eso. Ok, y cometidos de Helios, Nexus, primer asesino. Bueno, esta va a ser la siguiente. Por lo pronto vamos a grabar. ¿Cómo grababa? No. Creo que aquí. Y listo. Voy a seguir ya en el siguiente video. Seguimos con más Effect Andromeda. Suscríbanse, denle like y tengan un excelente día. Hasta luego.